this morning to this simple truth from the Word of God. This is sort of a warning thought, really a warning consideration. And this is from Judges 16, the story of Samson. And we read here in verse 19 about Delilah, that she made him, Samson, the hero, sleep on her knees, and called for a man and had him shave off the 7 locks of his hair. Then she began to afflict him, and his strength left him. And she said, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." And he awoke from his sleep and said, "I will go out as at other times, and I will shake myself free." But he did not know that the Lord has departed from him. And then they capture him, and then they make him a slave. So this is an incredible story, really, because Samson was kind of actually a successful judge of Israel. This was a unique time in the history of Israel, a time when they did not have a king. Also, they had sort of an up and down story throughout the entire portion of their history. They were with God and then against, and with God and then went away, and then they returned, and then it just kept going like that the whole time. And judges were the people whom God sent to sort of bail them out of trouble, basically. Sent a hero. They were not necessarily of great moral standing, like Samson actually wasn't. But he was sent by God to bring deliverance from their enemies, who were the Philistines at this time. A nation probably like of Greek descent, but everybody thinks they were from the island of Crete, I think, originally. So anyways, that's the story. And then Samson is destroyed by this woman. And how is he destroyed by this woman? And the answer is is that she destroys him by manipulation. And honestly, I think it's a good question. Like when you read that story, when you read this, she made him sleep on her knees, and then had him shorn. And the question is, are you scared yet? Because it's really a very scary story, actually. You should be scared in a healthy way, I think. This was amazing because Samson was so strong that nobody could overcome him. No army could overcome him. There was a point in his deliverance of Israel, in his repeated deliverance of Israel, where he had killed 1,000 enemies. So basically they threw an army at him and nothing happened. He just kept on winning. So he was unbeatable. He was obviously supernatural. And this man was overcome by a woman. And this man was overcome by manipulation. This man was overcome by lies. And that should really, in a way, frighten our hearts. Obviously, the history of Israel and then our situation in the New Testament, in the New Covenant, the story of these judges and you and me. Obviously, it's not a one-to-one equivalency. Obviously, you cannot say that we are just like they are. But Romans 15:4, this had also been written for our benefit, that we would learn, that we would grow by it, that we would understand something. And I think the very important point here to understand is really familiarity. Familiarity, that we take something for granted that is not. And in life, actually, as we go forward, we find that so much is not for granted. And Samson thought that the strength of God with him was for granted. It was just always going to be there. And he did not care about it. And then he lost it, and then he suffered for it. So that's just that's just a good little scary thought for the morning. And I want you just to consider, turn it around in your heart. Tomorrow we'll get back to it, I think, but God bless your day anyhow.